annoyingly enough, had I prepared a little bit better, I wouldn't have to go and get these. But I am going to need 1,000 body runes to go along with the 1,000 soul runes that I've got here. And obviously I did have it from going into the rift, but I dropped them over. But I mean, they are only body runes, they're not that expensive, and I can just go ahead and buy them back here. Unfortunately, you can't buy packs, so I'm going to be buying these for a little while. Hopefully the price doesn't go up too much. I don't think it really goes up at all, to be honest. We'll see. Not really. I only need 1,000 of them, so this shouldn't take very long. This is going to be to build the first pool in the Superior Garden. It's the restoration pool. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm just going to hop just to save a little bit of money. Yeah, it's the first pool in the house. The second one is going to require stams, which I do have a plan to get, but I won't be doing it right now. But I just want to build the first pool in the house. And then there's a few other things that I want to build as well. The list of items that I've got is a bit longer than I can actually carry, so I'm going to have to be doing this in multiple trips, unfortunately. Shouldn't be too difficult, though. I think the biggest part is expending all the money on these, which has cost me nearly 2 mil, I think. Actually, no, 1 and a bit, because these are super cheap. So probably not all that much. But the latest stuff that I'm going to build is going to cost some money as well, so I'll probably go down below 20 mil. But once it's done, that'll be the house fully done. And I'll never have to invest any money into it ever again. But there we go, there's 1,000 body runes, so that is going to be everything for the pool. I do need a bunch of planks, but I'm going to have to be doing them in sections, like I said, because I'm going to run out of inventory space pretty soon. Okay, so first things first, I actually need to build the Superior Garden. I completely forgot that I don't actually have one. I've never had a need for one. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. Superior Garden, 75k. Not a big deal. I'm just going to place it here for now. I will rearrange everything to be a more optimal positioning once I finish building everything. It's really nice that you actually have the ability to move things around now, because I remember back in the day that once you put it there, that was it. If you wanted to move it, you had to rebuild the entire thing, which was really annoying. But we are going to be able to build ourselves a pool right here. That's going to be the restoration pool. I don't have a saw and hammer, so I need to go and grab that quickly, but that's all good. But yeah, we'll finally have ourselves the first stage of the pools. It's quite convenient to upgrade them after that, because all you need after that is the potions, I believe. I think you need like other stuff for the final tier, but I can't get that, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, you can see potions. Oh, this one you need 2 marble blocks, and then you need 5 gold. I can't make this one anyway, because I cannot get anti-venoms. But this one will require 2 marble blocks, but we will cross that when it comes to it. But yeah, there we go. We can build our first pool. 706 construction XP. We got ourselves a pool of restoration, which doesn't really do anything. It's just because you have to upgrade all the way through. I think the main one is going to be the energy one, which, like I said, I will be working towards getting fairly soon. I'm going to have to go ahead and get myself some planks now. I just wanted to do that to clear up some inventory space, but yeah, I got Chronicle. There we go. We'll just go over to the POH. I could have grabbed Ring of the Elements to do this a little bit quicker, but it's currently in the dev storage, and I cannot be bothered. Okay, so the next step is to upgrade the pet house. We're basically just going to be upgrading it all the way to the biggest one there is. Now, technically, I could probably stop at this one, because I believe with the amount of pets that I'm likely to ever have, the second to last one would cover it. But I just thought, you know, why not just make the entire thing? I might as well just flex and get the entire lot. So we're just going to upgrade the whole way. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go get myself some of the stuff for this, though, because I don't have Bucket of Water. I don't have Super Compost on me. I will have to go grab the gear for that. I've also had to drop a couple of planks outside because I've been juggling the most amount of stuff that I can possibly carry. Unfortunately, I don't still have everything that I need. I'm going to need to get a few more supplies before I can finish doing this. Inventory space management is kind of annoying. Right, we've got ourselves the final supplies. We should be able to upgrade this to the final tier. That is the Nature House. That looks pretty cool. So this can carry, I think it's like 100 pets or something stupid. It's basically every single pet in the game. Obviously, I'm never going to have like the bossing pets and stuff, or very unlikely ever going to have them. But I just like to have the fully tier one because, well, why not really? There's one other thing I want to build in here, and that is a pet feeder. Just for the sake of if I ever have a cat, it's kind of handy. So we're going to go ahead and just build the highest tier of this as well, because, you know, just why not? I can afford it. I've got the level. Might as well spend it on something interesting. But that's everything for the menagerie right now. I might build an arena space, and I'm going to build a habitat space later as well. And there's a few things I need to grab before then. I probably should upgrade this so that I have all the tools in the house as well. What do I actually need for this? I didn't even think about that. It's just oak planks. It's just, okay, well, I can do that later. I'm just going to need to grab a whole load of oak planks, but I've got a few more things I want to build. The next one I want to build is actually a study. Again, I'm just going to be slapping it down anywhere, and then I'll be rotating the house later to how I see fit. So we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a study over here. I'm going to build that. And what I want to build in here is actually a telescope. And this is just for shooting stars. If I ever decide to do them, then it's kind of cool to be able to do that. So there we go, that is that built. And then onwards from that, there was one other thing I wanted to build, and I can't quite remember what it was. Oh, right, yeah, that's what it was. I actually want to go back to the menagerie and build a pet list so that we can have this. So it just shows me that I have these 3 pets. Didn't really need it, to be honest. I just thought it'd look cool. But yeah, there we go. So that is everything built for now. I've got to do some preparations for the things I want to build onwards from here, because the items I need for them are a little bit more complicated than just planks and molten glass and stuff like that. So I think it is time for us to prepare for this. Right, well, as you can see, I've made my way over to LMS, and you guys know I absolutely despise this place. But I'm going to need a looting bag for what I want to do. It's the best option to do. And I'm not going to let my hatred of this minigame put me off. Now, I have just played a couple of rounds, and I did get myself 2 points somehow. Don't ask. I decided not to record it because nobody wants to see my abysmal attempt at trying to PK. You've seen it before. We're not going to look at it again. But we are going to go ahead and buy ourselves 1 looting bag. And the reason I need to do this is because I need to craft soul runes. Now, normally, for a regular person, you wouldn't really expect to die in this situation. But when you're at level 3, there's quite a few things that can kill you. I don't want this random event. I've also got in-game sounds on which you guys can't hear, but I have them on for doing LMS. Makes it a little bit easier for me. Yeah, so considering my level, it's quite dangerous, so I do not want to be death storage while doing this. I'm going to do my best, obviously not to die, but if I do happen to die with a looting bag, at least then I don't lose all of the stuff that would be stored in the death storage. It's all going to be stuffed in here, as much as I can get. Obviously you can't put untradables in there, so that's going to get a little bit annoying. But we're going to basically transfer everything from death storage into the looting bag, and we're going to try and craft ourselves some soul runes. We are going to need 5,000 of them for what I want to do. So that's another 3,500, so probably looking about 3 hours actually, I reckon, of runecraft. So hopefully I can do this without getting absolutely, bopped on the head. I'm going to be using my Guardians of the Rift outfit to increase the amount of runes we get. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Now there are quite a few untradables in here, which is going to be a bit annoying because I'm going to have to hold on to them. Obviously I can't put them in here. But I will store what I can. And I can probably get rid of stuff like the Slayer Ring and the Bronze Pickaxe. I don't need that. But the rest of it I'm going to shove into the looting bag. Hopefully I'm going to make as much space as I possibly can. And we'll just get to it, I guess. Good few hours of doing some runecraft. If I happen to die twice, I'm probably just going to give up with the method and just buy the rest, because I can buy them from Arceus, but it's going to cost like at least 2 mil just to get the soul runes I need. I didn't really want to fork out that much money right now. I mean, I know I do have a big cash stack, but that doesn't mean I necessarily need to just spend it wherever I don't need to. Obviously, with the gold leaves and the magic stones and stuff, there is no other way of getting them. If I want to put that stuff in my house, I have to buy them. Whereas with the soul runes, I can obtain them myself. Okay, with this inventory here, we should get ourselves the end of the 5,000. I think I'm going to be slightly short, but I'm just going to buy the rest of them in Arceus anyway. I'll probably need to buy like less than 50 soul runes. We'll check with this. How many do I need to buy? 43. There you go. So it's not even that much. I can't be bothered to do another run, so I'm just going to buy the rest. But that's going to be the 5,000 soul runes done. We've got the blood runes. I believe they're in here. But what I need to do next is I need to get a few other things. I need to get some granite from the desert, which I need to make sure that I have filled water skins, because I wouldn't be the first level 3 to die from desert heat. That would be awkward. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over. I'm going to grab myself some more soul runes from the shop. How many charges do I have on this? I hardly ever use it, but I guess I could use this. Alright, that's going to be the last 3 soul runes. Right there, we've got 5,000 right in our inventory, and I didn't actually have to dig into the cash stack at all, because as you may notice, I kind of have the money in here So I had to go and get some more money unless I wanted to destroy the looting bag, which I wasn't willing to do right yet anyway. So I went and thieved some RD Knights for a bit. Got ourselves 25k, and that's where the money came from. I also hopped around a bit just to save a little bit of money because the price increases in there so harshly, it's ridiculous. But the next thing I want to do, I don't know why I'm walking, is to go down to Lumbridge, and then we're going to head over to the desert because I need to get myself 7 pieces of granite, which are 5 kilograms each, so the actual 5 kg pieces. I'm pretty sure I have to just mine them as 5 kg. I know that if you need a smaller piece, you can cut down the other ones, but I'm assuming you can't put them together to make the bigger piece. I imagine that'd just be way too easy. So it's going to be a matter of just trial and error, just mining until I get it. I need to make sure I've got enough water skins because I do not want to die. If I get hit by the desert heat, it can one-hit me, and it can kill me. Although, worst case scenario, that does happen. I am using a looting bag right now, not depth storage, so I won't wipe. It's just very majorly inconvenient. But yeah, I'd like to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'm probably going to bring as many water skins as I can carry just to be on the safe side. Kind of like how I was taking a lot of precautions with the soul runes. I took a lot of precautions. I even brought Guthix rests, and I didn't even need them, to be honest. In the end, I barely got attacked at all. I could have death storaged, but I didn't want to take any risks. If I'd have death storaged and died, I'd have hated myself for just being lazy. So I'd rather be way safer than, you know, a lot more sorry. Okay, that took way less time than I expected it to. That is going to be 7 pieces of 5 kg granite. My water skins are pretty much all full. I didn't realize it was going to be so quick. I thought I was going to get unlucky. Nonetheless, that is all the granite we need, I believe. The only major thing left now is to collect some runes that I need. Now, I know I disposed of quite a few runes after I did Guardians of the Rift, but these ones I did not get from the redemption pool. I'm going to need to craft about 2.1 thousand lava runes. Okay, so the way this is going to work is going to require me to depth storage first. Now that we're done with the soul runes, I don't really need to worry about using the looting bag anymore. This was just a precaution to make sure that I didn't lose absolutely everything. I'm going to need to depth storage, and basically what we're going to be doing is making lava runes through the fire altar, which is why I've gone ahead and grabbed myself 13,000 or 1,300 earth runes here that I grabbed from Port Sarim, using the rest of the money I had left over from thieving. I am now going to go ahead and make sure there's nothing in here, and then we're going to depth storage in here. We'll leave the granite in there for now. We'll go to the house, we'll grab ourselves the runecraft cape and the robes from Guardians of the Rift. And then we've also got ourselves, if we look in here, 1,150 pure essence that I'll be using. I'm going to need a little bit more than that, but it's okay. I'll probably grab a pickaxe at the end, and I'll just mine the rest from the essence mine in the Wizard's Tower, as I'm going to be using the Amulet of the Eye, or whatever it's called. But for now, we need to storage, so we can get started on this. And the reason I'm making 2,000 lava runes, or 2,100, is so that I can build some stuff in the POH. There is a volcanic theme for, I believe it's the Superior Garden that I want to build, and then there's also a theme for the Menagerie, which kind of matches that as well. Both of them require lava runes, so that's why I'm going to be working on that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a few bits, and we'll get started on making these lava runes. Okay, so I've never actually done this before, but I think the way this is going to work is I'm going to use the Ring of the Elements to go to the Fire Altar. We've got the Runecraft Cave, which gets us in. We bought 2 Earth Talismans from Felix over here. That's why I've got the pearls on me, and we should be able to make lava runes. Like I said, I've never actually done this, so this is kind of a test run for me. I'm also hoping I don't get bopped by a scorpion, which should not happen. We should be fine. They're already over there, and I don't think I'm going to die to them. But yeah, we're just going to be testing this out. I've never done this. I believe you use the runes on the altar. That makes the lava runes. And we don't seem to get a bonus from the robes, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, now that that's done, we'll go back to Guardians of the Rift, and we'll basically repeat the process using this bank here until we've got enough lava runes. But it may mean that I'm going to have to buy a lot, or not buy, mine a lot more essence, and I will need to buy some more earth runes. But I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Like I said, I've never done this before. I didn't know that the robes weren't going to affect it. I thought they were. So I'll just figure this one out as it goes, really. The beautiful thing about the Runecraft Cape here is not only that it lets me get into the altar, but it also acts as a way to stop my pouch from degrading, so I can actually use the colossal pouch without having to worry about it. I decided to do 3 inventories every run, even though I lose out on a few essence. It's just going to save me a lot of time in the long run, and it also saves me a charge, or a few charges on the Ring of the Elements as well in the long run, so I think it's probably worth it. Like I said, the final inventory loses out on like 3 pieces of essence, but honestly, I think it's minuscule, really. So I've just realized, or I guess remembered, why it feels like the robes aren't working. I'm pretty sure they are. The reason I feel like they're not working is because I'm not using a binding necklace or magic imbue or whatever you normally have to do. So I actually only have a 50% chance of combining the runes. So essentially half the runes I would have made aren't going to be made. Which means my calculations are going to be way off because I completely forgot that that was a thing. I did know about this. I remember when I was preparing for it, I calculated all these things, but it's honestly not the end of the world. The worst case scenario is I'm going to have to buy more earth runes and mine some more essence. It's honestly not that bad. I will have to end up doing that though, just looking by things, because I do need 2,100 lava runes, and I'm only about a quarter of the way there. So we are probably going to have to restock at some point. I will figure out how I want to do that. Earth runes aren't really that cheap, so aren't really expensive, sorry. So I can probably just, I don't know, pickpocket, get some money, and then we'll do it like that. But for now, I'm just going to grind out all the stuff that I've got. We'll see how many we end up with and how much more we need to make, and then we can get right back into it.